No, not really.
I didn't catch that, you said?
Not really. I'm still going through the previous class.
Oh, that's good. Like, take your time and try as much as you can to listen of the process. Thank you. Welcome. Hello, is it Bata Ishaya? How are you doing? Can you hear me? Hello, Ishaya, can you hear me? Hello, Victor. Welcome. How are you doing today? Can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself and say hi? Victor, I still can hear you, but I noticed you just unmuted yourself.
Yeah, I said good evening.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Even how are you doing today?
I'm all right, thank God.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're able to do something. Did you encounter any blocker you want us to address?
Actually, I didn't encounter any problem. I've been trying to work on the YouTube project. Honestly speaking, power has been my major challenge for some weeks now. I've never had consistent power. In fact, one of the reasons I want to attend a boot camp. So I normally carry my laptop to a cyber cafe to work, but that environment is not always good for concentration and all that. So that has been the major challenge. But all the same, I'm putting in my best.
I really admire you. You can put in all the best you can so you scale through the assessment. At least when you get here, at least you won't have issue with power or internet.
Thank you.
Welcome. Hello, Benedict. Can you hear me? It will be Benedict. Can you hear me? Okay, I think you're trying to connect with your audio. I can see a notification. Benedict, I noticed you just unmuted yourself. So how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Good evening. I'm fine.
Oh, that's great. So how is the learning process going with you so far?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Everything's been awesome.
That's
How's
great.
this?
You sound positive. I want to assume you have submitted all your assignments.
Huh?
You sound positive. I want to assume you have submitted all your assignments.
Okay, yeah, the assignments. Not yet.
Oh, that's great. But is it that you encounter any challenge trying to submit, or is it time factor, work related?
Not really any of that. Just because of time, actually, work. I have to work very much on some stuff. That's why.
Oh, okay, that's great. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's just hold on a bit so that others will join. For the meantime, while we wait, can you drop a message or reach out to your friends, the ones you know might be interested with program, or the ones you know are on the group but are not on the call at the moment, so they could join as well.
Okay.
Right? So we could
Nice.
begin in time.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Chinonso. Welcome. Hi, Joma. I can see you. Chinonso, how are you doing? Can you unmute yourself and say hi?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How was your day?
Thank God.
How have the learning process been with you so far?
You see?
Process been with you so far?
The network is breaking now. I don't know what's wrong with my network.
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
That's great. Okay, I was asking how the learning has been going so far with you.
Oh, we thank God, but sir, this is our side. There is no light. Oh, I managed powered my phone and my system today,
Hmm.
this evening. Since on Saturday there is no light, so it has been a something this thing to me. So I have not even practiced this thing you taught us yesterday, on Sunday.
Yeah, I
Because of
totally
my
understand. Just one question for you. One question for you. Can I ask?
yes,
Um, do you have like that same strong desire for this field?
yes, sir.
But from what you just said, I think power internet has been one of the issues surrounding your learning process, right?
Only power, not internet. Only power.
That's good. So maybe I will encourage you to put in all the effort you can to go through the assessment, and at least here the power will be guaranteed, right? You really have power to work, to study, and all that.
Okay.
To take this path.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, Arif. Hello, Felix. I know that's Felix. How are you doing? Arif, can you hear me? Okay. Hi, Joma. Can you hear me? How are you doing today? Good evening. Joma, can you?
Yeah, good evening.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. How was your day?
Today was fine.
Yeah, the learning process going with you so far. Hmm?
Hello? You said what?
I see, how have the learning process been with you so far?
It's been okay.
It's been
So
okay.
I experienced some challenges, but I've learned some.
Hmm. But you've been able to fix them? Was that the last thing you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that part. So you did your own research. Is there anything else you want to know why it broke or why it didn't go the way you expected? Or are you good?
Um,
You're fine,
Nothing
right?
for now. Yeah, I'm fine. It's
For
just
now.
JavaScript I need to
Hmm.
correct.
Super. Thank you. I got your message that please, I can't hear anything, or is it just yeah? Actually, I think it's just you. Maybe you should just okay. Should I drop a message in the chat? Maybe you should just leave the call and join again. Okay. Um, I think I've spoken with Victor. RF is complaining on network. Hello, Juliet. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's good. So, how have the learning journey been with you so far?
Fine.
Were you able to submit your assignments, or did you encounter any challenge along the way, or there has been no time, work, and all that?
Mm, Not really. Like I said before, I'm still going through the previous class.
Oh, okay, that's good. Thank you. Hello, Dav. Is this Dav? Am I right? Hello, Samson. Welcome. Hello, Samson. Can you hear me? Hello, Dav. Can you hear me? Samson, if you can hear me, can you unmute yourself and say hi to us at least? Thank you. Syntax. So basically that was what we talked about. Syntax, right? We said every programming language has its own syntax. Also, JavaScript has its own syntax, right? Then we now went further to look at adding JavaScript to our web page. And saying on the same way we add CSS, we can always apply almost same principle, right? Because when we are looking at CSS, then we say we can write CSS on the line that's inline in the opening tag, right? So here JavaScript can also write JavaScript inline. Remember, inline here, you're not writing on the closing tag, you're writing on the in the opening tag, right? So you write JavaScript inline, then you can write JavaScript internal, that's within that particular file. I think we illustrated that in the previous class, and then you can write JavaScript externally, that you can create a separate file, write your JavaScript there, and then connect it to your HTML file. Right? Then we can also have multiple external scripts, multiple external JavaScript files, right? Then we can import all of them together or link all of them together and be able to make use of them. Right? So then about inline, I think we made use of inline. We talked so deep about inline. We also talked about internal and external extensively. So in today's class, basically, we're going to be looking at introduction to data types. I think I created was a note. I don't know, can you see this notepad on my screen? This sticky note on my screen.
Yes.
Hello guys. Okay, good. So basically, I was hoping in today's class we look at brief introduction, which is what we just did, and then we look at JavaScript data type, we look at variables, and then we look at JavaScript operations, right? So now talking about JavaScript data types. So in JavaScript, we have two different types of data types. We have the ones that we call we have primitive data types, primitive, and then the second type we have is the non-primitive data type. Then we're going to take a look at all of them. So in today's class, basically, we'll be looking at the primitive data types, right? And then we'll look at variables. I'm talking about variables. We have different ways we can declare variables. We look at the different types of variables, right? The let, the const, and the var. But then we'll take a look at all this. We understand what variables are and the different types of variables and how to make use of them. Then we'll look at the JavaScript operations, right? So let's go to the data types, right? Okay, let me open my browser. So we'll go to the console. Right. So let me open my console. Okay. That's it. Okay. So we'll be looking at data types here. So we have different types of data. Right? Let me bring up the sticky note as well. So we said basically we have the permissive and the non-permissive. For today's class, we'll be looking at the primitive data, primitive data type. So under this primitive, we have strings, we have number. So you may be tempted to ask what is string there. Let's say you have something like this. Strings are basically a combination of characters. Maybe I can have something like const my name. This is Samuel, right? Then I can still have something like maybe const age. I can give this to be 32, right? So now if you look at this is a number. This is a normal word in English, right? This is like a combination of alphabets. This is what we refer to as a string. This is what we refer to as a JavaScript type number, right? Now, and this string, it mustn't be restricted to just one single word, right? It could be a long sentence. We could have something like const, um, let me see, greeting. It could be something like, okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's today's class. Yeah, this is a string as well. This is a string, this is a number. So maybe if I to check your data type, I could do something. Remember we talked about console.log, sorry, console.log in our previous class. Basically, I could do console.log my name, right? If I hit my, sorry, yeah, when we got this error, I gave this variable capital N. If I called it here with small letter N, that was why we got that error. So if I change that to capital letter N, hit enter, now I can see Samuel, right? Because Samuel, the word Samuel was stored into this. That this my name here is what I'm referring to as variables. Variables basically they are like containers, they are like buckets, they are placeholders. Like you store a certain value inside of them. Right? So this is like me trying to store my name inside of this container, so that when I call this container, my name pops up. The word here age is another. It's like, see, this is a variable still. It's like me storing my age into a container, so that when I call it, then it pops up. Then this greeting is like another string, me storing this string into another bucket or a container called greeting. So that, okay, if I say console.log greeting, and I hit enter, you see the greeting came up. So now I don't have to go through the stress of typing console.log, sorry, console.log welcome to today's class, blah 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 blah. You see, so instead of going through this one, I can easily type this, and I can easily keep this value in a variable, and whenever I read this long text, I may not have to go through the stress of typing it again. I could just um call it straight, right? Let's use the VS Code to see what we can do more. Remember, I'm going to still make use of my git bash as usual, as promised. So I can do pwd, for example, you can see my screen. Let me zoom in. pwd, I can check ls, sorry, ls, we are the thing I'm looking for, desktop, and desktop is right here. So I can cd into my desktop. So if I do pwd, or you notice that, okay, I'm currently my desktop. If I do ls, now this is the folder we've been working with IT Skill Center. I can do CD, I can now navigate into that folder. I'm currently into the folder, right? So if I do ls, you see this were the folders were created inside that folder so far. This was our JavaScript class 1 folder. So let's navigate into that folder. Or let's create another folder today. mkdir js underscore class underscore 2. So I can cd into that folder we just created. So now, so I'm currently in that folder, right? So I can open this folder with my VS Code by writing code dot. Now you see my VS Code has popped up. Now see the folder being open. It's asking me for trust. I say yes, I do. It's my folder I trust. So here we can now create a file. Let's see, we have an index dot HTML, and then we have maybe something like main dot JS. So inside this, we can bring out our boilerplate. Okay, let me not connect this first. Let's use internal for the meantime, right? And then before we wrap up, I'll try to use JavaScript to do a little cool stuff so that I can see the importance of JavaScript in writing and coding. Okay, let me just connect this. Since we don't have any content within the body section that we intend to manipulate, I can easily put my script tag in the head section. Right? Then main.js, then I will put something like async. Wait, let me not create confusion. So for now we have this
Hello,
file.
Mr. Samuel.
Yes.
Sorry, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Just a quick question before you go on.
Okay.
Now, when you were navigating through that Git bash,
Yep.
had it been we wanted to open the JS one, like we are not creating a new file, that's the JS2 you just created now. Had it been wanted to enter the JS one, so it's just code, but then name of the file, right?
Okay, assuming okay, the
Wanted,
dots to
yes,
enter
this,
okay, these dots now, right? What this dot simply means is just open the current, that's where I am. Open the current working directory, right? But assuming, let me clear my screen and go back one step. Now this is where I am, right?
yes, I can see it, okay.
Okay, I want to try and stay here. Let me copy this up so I won't waste time typing. So this is where I am currently. So I want to enter that, I want to open that folder now with VS Code. Then that was sorry about this. Okay, I will now say code JS underscore class underscore 2. Can you see my VS Code popping? Did you
Yes,
notice
I'm
the
seeing
change?
it. Yes.
Okay, open. Can you see? But you know,
Okay.
currently the folder is open, right?
Yes.
The folder is currently open. That's why I'm getting all this blah blah blah. But you can still back
Okay.
navigate.
So had it been you wanted to enter the class one, it's just code, then you put the name of the file you are putting.
Yes. Yeah, but remember, it still depends on where you are currently. If maybe the file one is still like 2 steps forward, maybe
Okay.
code the name of the file may not work. That's why sometimes it's just good to navigate straight into the file. You know that yes, I'm currently inside the file, then you do anything you want to do,
Okay. Thank you.
making certain assumptions.
All right. Carry on, sir.
Okay, so basically, this is it. We have connected this guy, and then I think I've opened it with our live server as well. You see, welcome to JS class 2. See, open it side by side. Let me open our console. Basically, we'll be seeing all our outputs in the console section. That's why I'm trying to read our console. So basically, we said that we are looking at data types. So yes, we said we have one. We have looked at type string. Since type string is basically a collection of alphabet and numbers, right? Let's go to the slide and see. Yes, true. It's just a collection of one or more characters between two single quotes. It could be double quote or backtick. Yeah, I think I remember somebody asking this question in the previous class, right? So now basically I can say, okay, const name 1. No, let me use that bad conversion. Const first name is equal to summer. Const middle name is equal to Felix. I don't want to use double quotes here again. Is equal to Felix. Oh, I hate my. Yeah, why this thing automatically brought in this double quote for me is because of my prettier, right? I don't know if that makes sense. But let's say maybe I come back to the const where I see something like const middle name is equal to one single quotation now. Felix. So see if I do console, it's telling me middle name has already been declared because I declared it here. So you can't redeclare it again. Well, that will take up when we're looking at so let me change it to maybe const last name is equal to single quotation Victor. So now if I do console.log last name, you see Victor here. Remember I used single quotation. So which means you can either use double quote, single quote, or you can use backtick. Backtick is that keyboard, that key that is below the escape key. Let me show you. Maybe you could have something like const occupation is equal to, now it's backtick I used, is equal to software engineer. So if I do console.log occupation, I hit enter. Can you see it? So basically here I use backtick, right? So but now what to use? If you ask me, I'll recommend you stick to double quotation. Why? This is my reason. Let's say I want to write another sentence here that looks like this. Anyway, let me clear my console. I want to have something like const. Let's just call it a phrase. Remember, these are variables. They are just like containers, right? Const. I could say something like, I kind of feel I'm debating for my class, but anyway, still can. I love Felix laptop. Let me do console.log phrase. Now you can see my console. I love Felix. Look at that. That, what do they call it? Is that apostrophe or what? Right? Yeah. But imagine I was using, let me write another phrase here. Const, so that you see the error. Const, let me still call this phrase 1. Phrase 1 is okay, I'm using double quote. Single quote here. I love Felix. Laptop. Can you see what's happening? You guys notice this error?
Yeah.
You see, right? So that's why. But if this is wrapped with maybe double quotation, let me put double quote here and fix double quote here. You see that error is gone. Or alternatively, you can use backtick here now. If I use backtick here, see that error is gone. But if I use single quotation, you see the problem, right? So basically, that's why I just said I will advise you stick with the double quotation to avoid situations like this, right? And then you can as well put this guy, as well this was a quote, somebody said this, and you see this quote, you know when you want to quote somebody, you usually make use of this double quotation mark, right? And then inside this double quotation mark, there's this single quote here. You could as well wrap it with a back, everything now with a backtick. So that if I do console dot log prince underscore one, I hit enter, I see it came out with quotation marks. I hope that makes sense. So basically, that's just how we write strings. You can either put them in single, double quote, or backtick. And then talking about number, and then some you can as well check to see the data type, right? Using type of method, you just say type of phrase. That's what is the data type of phrase. Let me save this file. You see it's string. It's a string. So maybe I could do something like another thing like okay, const a equal to 90. Now for numbers, you don't need to put them in quote. If you put it in quote, it sees it as a string. So let me show you something. Okay, you can comment this guy. We don't want this particular line to run. So to do console.log type of age. Now I see it's a number. Let me wrap it inside quotation mark to see what it's doing. You see it's showing now that it's a string. But if I remove that quote, it's showing now that it's a number. So even if you wrap the number inside quotation mark, it becomes a string. How that makes sense? So we have looked at type number, and when you're talking about data type number, they could be integers or float points. And basically, float points are just decimal number. This is a float point dot 23, but it's still a number, or it could be just a whole number. Right? It is still going to be type number. It could be a negative number. It's still going to give you type of number, right? Okay, so that's what we're saying. It could be an integer, that's negative numbers and positive numbers, or it could be float point numbers, that's decimal negative numbers and positive whole numbers. So we looked at type string and number. Now we look at type boolean. Booleans are just true or false. Then we look at type undefined and null. Checking data type, we have done checking data types, then we jump to script to variables. All right, so basically we'll be looking now at Booleans. We look at undefined. We'll look at then for checking data types, already that's what we're currently doing here, right? Okay, now let's go. So now basically, I don't want this thing to keep running in my console, so I can easily comment it. This is where we look at type number. So all of these were strings. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Now, booleans are basically just true or false. It could be something like we have something like const. What a good example can you use? Okay, you say boolean value is either true or false. Any comparison becomes a true or false, which is either true or false. Boolean data is either true or false, and true if the light is on, the value is true. False if the value. I hate video. Let me take you to the. Let's see it from action. Let's say, for example, I want to take us one step further. Okay, nice, good. I will have something like const num underscore 1 equal to 30, for instance. We could have another const num underscore 2 equal to 45, right? Now you see these two numbers. This num2 is larger than this one. So we could do something like I'm going to write a big block of code. So basically, we actually now when you compare these two numbers, okay, what we're trying to do is whenever you compare these two numbers, it's let's maybe you say something like num. You say something like num underscore 2 is less than num underscore 1. What would this give us? Is it true or false?
False.
False, right? False. So this is a Boolean response. So that's when we're trying to say here that a Boolean value is either true or false. Any comparison returns a Boolean. Anytime you just do a comparison, no, it's going to return either a true or a false, right? So if let's say maybe we said that num underscore 2 is greater than num underscore 1, definitely this will return a true. Because yeah, it's true that this number is larger than this one. You can actually write this in code. You could do something like, please don't, if it doesn't make sense, don't really look at it. We are going to deal with all that. I just want to show us this comparison. We do something like, if num is greater than, num2 now is greater than num underscore 1, we say, okay, console dot log true. Sorry. This true, right? So yeah, you see, actually, num is greater than this guy. So this resulting statement is true. So whenever this block is true, then this guy is going to find. We could add another statement here like else if you see this thing is very simple. It's just okay. Let me just say else console dot log false. This is like a normal English. That's why I keep saying JavaScript is simple, right? Now look at what is happening. Is num underscore 2 greater than 1? Yes. Since it is yes, this block is going to load. But let me go back and change that value now. Let me change this into 60. Now, is num 2 greater than num 1? False, right?
No.
So this hence it's false. This block is not going to load. It's just simple the way you say to somebody. If you go to the market and you see this thing, okay, let me use what am I gonna use? You see apple, yeah, I love apple. If you see apple, buy 5 for me, right? If you do not see apple, just get watermelon for me, that's fine. That's like a condition. If you see this one, buy it. But if you do not see it, go for the other one. That's what is just happening. If this number is actually greater than this one here, do this thing. Else, if you do not see it, if it is not greater, then do this one. So how do you know this is not greater? It means this block is returning either a true or false. So when it is false, that's when this guy is now going to happen, right? So I've changed this thing to 60. Let me save my work. See, it has changed to false. So basically, whenever you do a comparison, it returns a boolean, and a boolean is just a true or false value. Right? That's just all. Then talking about undefined. Let's say I have let me comment out this so that I will not be getting. Yeah, I want to use multiple lines comments. Yeah, this is how it works. So now I'm talking about undefined.
Please, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's fine, go on.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how do you automatically comment or uncomment on these codes?
To
What's
comment,
the shortcut?
I use Control/. The control button, I'm using a Windows system. So Control/. We're using a Mac, you see Command // like the forward,
Control.
this // But once I just press Control, let's see, I'm on this line, Control // you see that commented. I press it again, Control // it's gone out. So let's say I have something like name of school. Yeah, I just wrote this guy and then I didn't do anything. Let's say I do console.log name of school. Yeah, you see JavaScript like default has flagged that thing. Let me go over it. You see, declaration must be initialized. So whenever, okay, let me do this in the console itself. I think a better result here in the console. Okay, let me do console, sorry, console.log name of name school. I didn't get exactly. There's something I wanted to get and show you guys. They didn't come up. Okay, but that notwithstanding, let me show you what on the frame. Basically, in JavaScript, if whenever you don't assign a value to a variable, the value is undefined. Okay, let me try something else. You see, I think maybe this should work. Let's say let me use type of. If this will give us what I'm looking for. Yeah, type of is still not giving me. But basically, whenever you do something like this, you get that error. And that error, that's what we refer to as undefined. Whenever you declare a variable, this is you trying to say, okay, there's a box, name of school, but you're not putting anything inside the box, right? So that's where the value of this guy now becomes undefined. That's in JavaScript, we do not assign, that's if we do not assign a value to a variable, the value is undefined, right? Okay, let me try. Okay, let me use let's see and see if this is really what I want. Yes, wait, you see, let's undefined. Can you see? I did look at what we did type of. Let me go remove these guys. See, you still give me undefined. We just okay, we have declared the variable, right? We didn't assign a value to it. That's what we're getting undefined. But assuming let's say I assign a value to this guy, now called it IT skills center, and I save. You see, this is the value here. But whenever you do this without assigning a value completely, you save. This is undefined. If you even do type of on this guy, type of save, see, on the type of is undefined. The data type of this thing is undefined because it did not assign a value to it. I hope that makes sense. So then going down to no. So now for no, here you could actually you can actually declare a variable, right? Let's see stack const stack. You know, when I mean stack, I'm talking about main stack, stack. So stack now I can say okay, my stack is null, or maybe I could see const name of of organization is equal to none. So at this point, let's see, okay, we do console.log. Let's check the data type. Remember to check the data type is what's the data type of name of organization? It's an object. Here you're going to see this object. but this is a non data type, right? Let me say, okay, I console log this guy instead. Sorry, is it? No, can you see? So by you can as well later on set a value to that thing. I can come down here now and say, okay, name of organization is equal to IT skills center. So I don't mind the one with it. Let me fix it. IT skills center. Then let me do console.log again. Let's see. Console.log name of organization. See the first, this is the first one. We now reassign it. Okay. Sorry, this is late. Okay, I got one error. Let me undo so that you see that error. Then, so that when I'm explaining variables, you understand. Now look at what is as written here. Uncut type error. Assignment to constant variable. This is a constant variable. Don't I explain all this const var let where we're done with this, right? But let me just put this now as let, and I'll tell you why when we begin. Now you see that the first time when I console log, let me add something here, 1. Let's say this is 1. And then this is 2. You see at 1.1, this is 0.1 here. When I console log them of all, it gave me none. Then I now assign value. And then when I console log it, it now gave me IT skills. So you can deliberately set a variable to be noise, like you just bought a box and say, okay, this box, you're going to be empty for now. But later on, you brought something and I'm dumped inside the box. That's like reassigning a value to a variable, right? But now, when we're talking about, I think basically that's it for data types, right? So now we are looking deep down into variables. Remember, we already agreed variables are containers, right? There are 3 different ways of assigning variables. We have the let, we have the const, and we have the var. Let me keep this var. Okay, this var is the oldest way of assigning variables. It has its own limitation. There are some limitations to this. It's globally scoped. Okay, I'm going far again. All right. Basically, this is like the old method used in JavaScript to assign variables, right? So now with the current new version of JavaScript using the ES6, these are the 2 preferred and most recommended method of assigning variables. Now, see if I say val my name is equal to Juliet. If I do console.log my name, yeah, let me console. Let me comment at this guys. It gave me Juliet to show you that this works. If I say let my second name to be equal to Victor, if I do console.log my second name, it still gave me Victor here. Okay, if I go down again and see const, this is const now. My other name, const my other name is equal to Juliet. No, it's equal to Paul. Then I say console.log my other name pause here now. You see that all these three different works, but now there's let me come back here and I change my name. My name is no longer Juliet. My name is now Ijeoma. And then I console dot log my name. Let me comment out these guys down here so that you see the console very clear. And I save. You see, initially my name was Juliet, but you see the line on line 29, my name was Juliet. But on reaching line 41, my name is no longer Juliet. My name is Ijeoma. This is line 41, right? This is, remember, this is the old method. Now coming down to the recommended method now. If I say, look, if you notice here, I didn't have to say var again because already this name has been, already I've called this, I've already called this name to be a variable. I've declared this name as a variable for it. So if I come down here to let, and I say, okay, my second name, I don't want my second name to be Victor again. I want my second name to be John. Right? Yeah, I want my second name to be John. And then I do console dot log my second name. Let me comment out this, and this. So not I'll also be clear. Yes, I like what is happening. Great. Now look at this too. Okay, let me bring back this guy too. Now you see the same thing that happened here is also happening here. Initially on line 45, my name was Victor, then we later changed to John. Victor, and then it's now changed to John. So it's like this is serving the purpose of this guy already. But now let's go down. Let's finish what we started. If I come down again and say my other name is no longer Paul, but I want my other name to be Benedict. And then I say console.log my other name, and I see it. I got an error. Let me comment out this guy's up here. You see, this didn't work. Yeah, it's telling me that, okay, on line 41, sorry, 51 here, my name was Paul. But when I came down to change it, he now refused the assignment to a constant variable. So whenever you use const, it's like a constant. You're not going to rename that variable. You're not going to change the value of that variable. It's a constant variable. But with let, you can always change let. Right? So these two guys are the most recommended. A situation where you're working with a variable and you want to change the name of that change the value of that variable later on within your code, you can use the let keyword, let. But if you don't intend to change the value, that's where you make use of const. I think if you remember, there was a place I used const and I got the same error, and I said I was going to talk about it. So this is basically what we're trying to talk about here. But this one, these two, despite serving the same purpose, there's still some limitations that came with this guy that brought about let. But when we begin, we'll go a bit deeper, we'll see all of these things in action. So basically, this is it for primitive data types and then variables, right? Let me check my sticky notes if I'm missing anything. Okay, well, I've looked at these guys. Let const and then talking about JavaScript operations, right? So basically, operations are just the normal additions we do in math, right? We can actually, I can say, okay, let me not use let. Yeah, we could use let me just go on. Let maybe x equal to something like 6. I could have let y equal to 7, for instance. Yeah, in JavaScript you can do command this. You can do basic operations, right? I can do something like console.log x plus y. You see 13, and that's the answer. You could do something like console.log maybe y, or let me just say x minus y. You know that's going to give us minus 1, right? So we could still do something like console.log x multiplied by y. That's 42. We could still do something like maybe console.log, or you know, all these things you can actually keep them outside, right? Let me remove this guy here, and I can say something like let z equal to this guy, and then I console log z here. See giving me the same answer 13. This at this point. Let me put addition. So you see that's coming from addition here. So you can actually put it outside and then call in this. The same things can work here and here, right? So let me use z again. Z is equal to x, paste it, control V, z as, let me add subtraction. You see something is subtraction. Now I was able to use z here and z, the same z here, because I declared it initially to be a let. But if I change this thing to const, now you see I have an error. Assignment to constant variable. That you cannot be assigned the value of a constant variable, right? That's why I left this guy as let. And then you can continue with it in that method for this guy too. X. Let's see. We have z to be equal to this guy. We console log z. And then I call this multiplication. Then we could even do division too as well. You see something like z is equal to maybe x divide that's 4/y, and then we put z here. Then this is 4 division. See, you can see, and then we could do something like modulus. That's finding remainder, right? You could say something like z equal to, let's say, y modulus x. And I see something like console.log z to 1. This is just remainder. That's like y. Remember y is 7. So 7 divided by 6. What's going to be the remainder? The remainder will be 1. That's where we're getting this from here. Right? So and that is called module. Did I get that spelling right? No, I don't think so. Yeah. So this is it. So these are some of the basic operations. Then we could even do something like z is equal to y asterisk. Let me use x as asterisk. Let me do console.log set. So this is so this is like x raised to the power of 2. This is like x times x, which is like 6 times 6, and 6 times 6 will give us 36. So that is it for JavaScript operations, right? I think we're able to cover what I planned for us to cover tonight. We've looked at JavaScript data type, which is we have looked at primitive data type, the different primitive data types. We have looked at variables and we have looked at JavaScript equations. All right, so any question before we wrap up for tonight? I want to try as much as possible to make our classes very fast within the stipulated time, and keep it as interesting as possible. Right, so I won't be keeping you guys up for so long, and then some people will be logging out, leaving me here. So any question? Hello Chinonso, hello Dav, Ijoma, Juliet, Quadri, welcome. I didn't see you from the beginning. RF, Ebube, any question?
No questions.
Thank you. Wow, so which means I want to believe I was able to do justice to this concept.
Yes.
My head on the big go. I'm a good teacher then. All right, so how was the class so far? Any remark, any comment, anything you want us to work on?
I have a question.
You have a question?
Yeah.
All right, hit me. I'm listening. Juliet, I'm still waiting.
It's not me. Oh.
It's not you. Sorry.
Is it Joma?
I think it's Ijoma, yeah.
Hello, Joma.
Yeah.
You said you have a question, right?
Yeah. My question is, I don't understand the X star thing, the asterisk.
Okay. Oh, this one, right? So whenever I do this X asterisk twice,
This is power now.
This is raised to the power, okay? You're simply saying X multiplied by X and 2 times, right? So let's say maybe what we had here was 3. See, the value has changed. This is like X multiplied by X multiplied by X again. So basically that's what it means. So feel free to draw my attention to any part where you don't seem to get it right. And you can as well do your own, try to do your own self-studies.
Hello, sir.
Who is talking?
It's not, sir. I have a small question.
All right, go on.
On that, no.
No. Okay.
This late name of organization ON equals to no. This no now, if actually that you remove the no and put a double quotation, will it work?
It's not going to be none again. It's going to be data type of a string. That's a string. Let me show you. Yes. Let me go down. Okay. Let's say I have something called const. Let me give the different name. Today. Let me just call it today. That's a very bad name. Anyway, I just want to use it to say this is what you meant, right?
Yes, sir.
Console.log today. Meanwhile, let me put here. Now, you see here, it's just here. If I remove this, you see one blank space. There will be a blank space there. A blank space. Can you see there's a blank space here?
Yes,
Let me
sir.
comment this thing completely. See, you see that space is gone.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
See that space? It's just an empty space. Okay, let's check the data type of that empty space. Data type. It's a string. You see what's telling us?
Okay.
So A backtick. JavaScript knows that that is a string.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All right. Any other question before I hand over to the coordinator? Any other question? Okay, thank you very much, guys, for tonight's class. The coordinator will address us briefly, and then you can jump off after he has finished addressing us. Thank you. You have a wonderful evening. And if you, from your studies, if you encounter any challenge, feel free to always drop a message on the group. And if we have been studying and participating enough, I was also hoping to have a code check or code review during the days, not could have a day whereby, okay, maybe Wednesdays I'll come do code reviews. But you guys have not been really giving me that vibe. Please try to study, and trust me, this is the right path to follow. That was wonderful evening. Okay.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. And I'll also drop an assignment for you. I don't know if you guys are done with the one that you're working on. But that notwithstanding, I'm going to drop an assignment for us. I'll drop an assignment for us by tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Yeah, so how's JavaScript good? Anybody new to JavaScript? Yeah? Or do you have any pro who has been writing JavaScript before? Hello. Hello, can you guys hear me? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I said, how is the class? How is JavaScript? How is it going?
It was fun.
Okay. Anyway, I wouldn't want to say much, right? We don't have too many people online right now, so we'll meet either tomorrow or on Thursday, right? So, of course, always attempt to sign in and call. And then try as much as possible to challenge yourself on JavaScript. In fact, some of the Facebook and the Google page that we have designed, you can add some functionalities to it. Just challenge yourself. Maybe a little bit too tasky, but you can challenge yourself. Right? And then again, if you are not following our social media pages, follow us. And so we'll see next class, right? So from here, it's good night and have a lovely and lovely night. Thank you, guys.
Nice, sir.